I'm going to teach you how to rapidly grow your wealth, your passive income, your cash flow, and create generational wealth with real estate investing in these 4 strategies. But you need to stick to the end and learn all 4 because they work together. With that being said, let's get to the video.
1031 exchange. Let's talk about that.
If I don't get perfect time, if I don't get my financing, if I don't get my refinance, I'm going to sell some properties. I'm going to sell some of my single families to trade up into multifamily, large multifamily. I mean, would you sell 4 houses to buy a 56 unit apartment? Of course, it's a no-brainer, right? As long as you're trading up. The 1031 exchange, and full disclaimer, I'm not a CPA. This is not legal or accounting or any of that advice. So speak to a CPA, speak to your own lawyer, do your own due diligence. 1031 exchange allows you to defer the capital gains on a sale of an investment property as long as you exchange into a like-kind property of greater or equal value. I believe equal, but I'm 99% sure it's got to be more money. So for example, and I've done this a couple times actually, we bought a house in Las Vegas, Nevada, during the pandemic because things were popping off out there. I paid $540 for it. I knew it couldn't last. I knew I was going to kind of get in and out of it. Had someone in 6 months offer me $610 from California. Easy decision, right? Easy decision because I just felt like Las Vegas was shooting up way too fast. I sold it. I made whatever that gain was. 610 minus 540. What is that? 70,000, right? Minus fees and whatever, but let's just call it 70,000. If I just take that money, I'm paying capital gains tax on it, right? I think that would even be short-term capital gains because it's less than a year, right? Then there's long-term capital gains. So Google the difference. I'm not an accountant.
Offhand, do you know the percentage on those capital gains?
I think long-term is 20%, but then you have state too. That's just federal. So then you have state too. So if you live in like New York or California, even Michigan's 4%. So I take the 70,000, I put in what's called a 1031 exchange account. There's these companies that will do it for you. You have to Google 1031 exchange broker, right? I paid $1,500 for them to hold the money. Okay. So I sell the property. I don't get any of the money. It goes to this 1031 exchange company. They take their $1,500 out, right? So I'm left with what? $68,500. I have 6 months to move that money into a larger deal of like kind. I can't go buy a boat with it. I can't go buy stocks with it. Can't go buy cryptocurrency with it. I can go buy a bigger piece of real estate with it. So I use it as a partial down payment for my 16 unit apartment building. So it's Monopoly in real life. What was the goal of Monopoly if you ever played as a kid? You get a good property. You put a house on it, a little green house, and then 2, and then 3, then 4. Then you trade up for the red hotel. And you know, if someone lands on that red hotel, game over. That's your big cash flow. So that's what we're doing in real life. We did it with a duplex I liked. It just wasn't in my long-term vision of my portfolio. Again, I started a lot with single family because I didn't know the power of apartment investing. We're getting into apartments. So if I can't refinance the money out of my 20 units that I need for this down payment, I'll sell off a couple of my single family investment properties. Fortunately, I bought really good properties. I know they'll sell very, very quickly. I will take that money. I will not spend it. I will not touch it. I will not blow it on anything else. I will defer the taxes and I will roll that into a bigger deal. The tax law wants you to buy real estate. The US government wants you to buy real estate because the US government does not do a good job at owning and building and providing housing. We're a free economy here. This is a capitalistic society. I love capitalism. I do, because you can start with, like, I started with nothing. I was on food stamps. I was in massive student loan debt. I was in credit card debt when I started my business because I swiped up a credit card to get business coaching. You can build anything you want as long as you have the determination, the guts, and the work ethic to go get it. So the tax code, and this is what people don't understand either. When it comes to taxes, people complain about taxes. You just don't understand the game. The government wants you to pay the least amount of tax possible. Taxes incentivizes the investor. Taxes, if like when I buy real estate, I get a tax write-off. I get depreciation, which we'll talk about in a minute here, like cost segregation. But then when I sell real estate for a gain, the US tax code allows me to not pay tax on that as long as I go buy more real estate. They want you to stay in real estate. They don't want you to take your money out. They want you to keep trading up bigger and bigger and bigger. US tax code incentivizes wealth creation. They want you to keep building your wealth because they know, well, maybe they knew back then, but people would just blow the money, right? They don't want you to be a consumer and investor. Now, if you're just a consumer, if you just take from the economy, you take a job, you take supplies, you take housing, you take food, shelter, vacations. You don't create or provide anything. You pay tax. You're a consumer. You consume from the economy. You have to pay tax. I'm an investor. I invest in the economy. I invest in housing. I own 87 units and soon to buy 56 more. I don't live in any of those. We provide housing. So we get tax benefits for that. So the 1031 exchange is the ultimate way to build wealth because it allows you just to keep deferring the tax as long as you keep trading up, When you make money in a stock and you sell the stock, you can't 1031 exchange the stock into more stocks. When you make money with cryptocurrency, you can't 1031 exchange that, but you can with real estate. That's why it is the ultimate vehicle for building wealth if you use the 1031 exchange.
It seems like you'd find a lot of deals off market. How do you go about finding those deals if they're not on the MLS? Or do apartments get put on the MLS?
They do, yeah.
They
so
do?
like our first one we ever bought hit the MLS and it hit Zillow. He used a residential agent. He didn't really know what he was doing. And because as you normally don't see that, right? You don't see apartments on Zillow or whatever, but this one came up. I was able to jump in, but everyone and their brother jumped in too. So that's a problem. We own 6 more apartment buildings plus that. So that's 7 apartment buildings. Plus if we get this one, close on this, that'll be 8. All the last 7 have been off market. Dude, I get this question all the time. Tony, how do I get off market deals? I wish I had a good answer. I do, but it's very simple. The more hands you shake, the more money you'll make, period. It's networking. It is all through networking. Brokers are your lifeline to getting good deals. You have to network with brokers who know sellers, who know what's coming available before it's available and can trust you as a buyer. See, this is a big thing I've learned. A lot of apartments trade hands off market because let's say I have a 100-unit apartment and I want to sell it. I'm going to call up some of the best brokers. I'm going to see who could list it. They're going to go to their preferred buyers first. It's not like selling a house. I'm in my house right now. I know I want to move. It's going on market. I have no advantage to selling it off market. I want open houses. I want people coming in. I want competition. I want all that because I don't care. I know I live in it. I know I'm selling it so we can arrange to show it. Apartments are different. Tenants, especially in larger buildings, usually don't know their owners are selling. And why would they not want to know, right? Or why would the owner not want them to know? Because if you know they're selling it, a lot can happen, right? Tenants can freak out, which understandable, right? Who's the new owner coming in? What's going to happen? You get bombarded with customer service things. Tenants can stop paying, right? Just weird things can happen. And then if it doesn't close, if it's for sale and then it doesn't sell, then the current owner has to deal with so much headache. So they prefer to transact them for the most part off market if they can. They don't have to pay for marketing. So you have to market these apartments and all that. So you're looking for good brokers who do multifamily deals, who transact, again, who know what's coming. Like the guy who brought us this new deal we're getting into, he's one of the best brokers in the state of Michigan. I'm like, how do you get all these deals? He cold calls these people and he forms relationship. Now the person we're buying this apartment from, he sold 2 of their other buildings. So that's what I mean. Usually in apartments, people don't usually own just one. They own multiple buildings. He knew this seller from previous buildings. He's tried to list this for however many years. Never happened. I told the broker specifically what I was looking for. He's like, I know of this building. Let's try to make it work. And that's how we made it work. But we've been talking about this for months now. It doesn't happen quickly. That's another thing you have to understand. Getting deals with apartments, it doesn't happen instantaneous. It's not like buying a house. You don't just go on Zillow I want to buy a house. Oh, look at what's for sale. Let's go see these houses. It doesn't work that way. It is a lot like planting a seed. What do you plant a seed? Plant a seed to water it, nurture it, take care of it. And then after months and years, it sprouts and turns into something. That's really how it is with off-market apartment deals. Why do I like off-market apartment deals? Because there's no competition. I'm only competing with the seller, right? Of getting the right terms. There's no competition. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy something on market again. I definitely would. I'm sure as we get bigger and bigger, right? Like 100, 200, 300 unit deals, those are going to be a lot on market too. But I love off-market. Everyone wants off-market, but no one's willing to go build a relationship with somebody. You got to network with brokers.
How do you go about building those relationships with brokers? Are you cold calling these people? Are you, getting introduced from a friend?
Write this down, Nick. All relationships come down to 3 things, if we're being honest, right? And I'm not here to lie to you. Food, sex, and money. If I break bread with you, if we, have a nice meal together, there's a bond there, right? So you invite these brokers to lunch. You spend money. I know we all want to do things for free on the internet, but guess what? You got to spend money. Invite them with intention. Don't, and I get this, and I say no, because people who are successful, biggest fear isn't wasting money. It's wasting time. Like when I was coming up, my biggest fear was wasting money. I still don't want to waste money, but People who are successful's biggest fear is wasting time. So if you reach out to one of the top brokers in your state and you say, hi, I like what you're doing. I see you're the best broker. Can I buy you a cup of coffee? They're going to say no. What's in it for me? When it comes to building any relationship, everyone wants to know what's in it for me. Are you a student? I do things with students for free all the time because that fulfills a need and a desire to give back to students for me. The 50-year-old broke dude who wants to just ask me questions for free instead of paying for my coaching program, I don't feel the desire and fulfillment to do, right? So what's in it for me? You have to come with the giving hand. You say, I'm a real estate investor. I have X amount of properties. I'm looking to get more properties. You got to know your elevator pitch. Like, what's your elevator pitch? Who you are, what you do, what's your goal? Simple. Hey, my name is Stephan. I'm a registered dietitian. I own an online nutrition coaching education company, and I'm a real estate investor. My wife and I own 87 units. Our goal is to own 1,000 units. Got to be able to do that, right? What's in it for them to meet with you? Oh, okay, right. So you show like, hey, I've done deals. Or if not, you haven't done deals yet. I mean, at least say like, hey, I've got capital ready to do deals, or I've got a partner who will partner with me with capital to do deals. You can't reach out to them and say, I want to take you to lunch. I have no experience. I have no money. I don't know how to get started. Teach me. They're not going to do that. Brokers get paid to do deals, period. They're salespeople, just like me. I get paid to make deals, to, create value, to, get clients, things like that. So that's number one. Food, money. Can we do business together? Can I put money in your pocket? How do you put money in a broker's pocket? You buy real estate. You show them that you're going to buy real estate. If you have a track record, it is so important. That's one of the best advantages I had with starting with single family. Even though it wasn't apartments, I proved I was a closer, because every broker's biggest fear is, are you a closer or not? If I do bring you a deal, and if we do go under contract, are you going to ruin my reputation as the broker by not closing? Am I going to piss off this seller because you didn't close? Because like I said, it takes time, energy, money, right? Writing purchase agreements. You know how much the purchase agreement cost me to write? $1,500. There's a lot, man, but the broker knows I'm going to close because I have a track record of closing. You have to understand that. Money, right? So food, money, sex, you can figure out. My morals don't go there, but you know what? It's a motivating factor, okay? It's a motivating factor for all human beings in life, so you can figure that one out. So yeah, that was a good question of like, you got to come with value, dude, and you have to prove to them that they're not going to waste their time with you. As always, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Our channel is growing, so we appreciate all the support, but we want more. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. Leave us a comment below if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agreed, if you disagreed, if you have questions, if you want to see more videos explaining more concepts, leave us a comment below. If you don't like Nick's editing, leave a comment below because he loves to read that. And hey, if you want to learn more about this, I want you to get my book, okay? It sells for $19 on Amazon. It's called The New Rules to Financial Freedom. You can get it for absolutely free as a digital download. So click the link below in the description, get the book for free. I go in depth into all these concepts, so it's something you can learn. You can show your wife, your husband, you can show your mom, your dad, other people, right? I want you to learn how to build wealth through real estate investing. Until next time, my friend, we'll talk soon. Thanks.